Hello and welcome to Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. Yeah, today it's Tuesday. I'm stirring my smoothie because the juice has all settled at the bottom. Actually, I had to put a lot of water in it this morning because I don't know why. Oh my gosh. So I did an iPhone update like a while ago, I don't know. And now there's a pause button here. That is like the best thing in the world for me because that means I can like pause this, go get something I need, and then like unpause it and not have to like stop the video and come back to it. Because then you have to like put all the clips together in iMovie or something, which is like really annoying because then you have to export it. And then it creates multiple files, and like sometimes your phone doesn't have enough room to like store all those files because you can't delete the original ones. It's a whole situation. I haven't had this problem for a while because I tend to delete the videos in like proper ways now, but it happens. So today I've decided to immediately remember to talk about my historical knit. Historical. I can't believe I'm saying that about something I made in 2018. But yeah, that was like 6 years ago. So this is the first Radari sweater I ever made. I have made like 4 of them, probably at least, because they make good gifts. These sweaters make great gifts if you like to knit a lot. So yeah, this was the first one I made. I made another one I know that I made one for somebody with like yarn that they had brought from New Zealand, and she wanted to make her husband a sweater or something. Some woman that I knew from, I think it was when I was at Penn, when I was in grad school, and she was like a staff member. I knew her from my knitting circle, and the like moths had eaten into the yarn, and so she like had knitted part of a sweater and then was like, I can't do this. So I just knitted it for her husband instead. Like I was like, I can do that. Do you mind if it's like a colorwork yoke? And she was like, that's great. And I sent her a few like options, and she's like, he likes that one. And so I made that one, made this one. And then I just made one for my grandpa. And I think I've made another one, but I can't. Oh yeah, I made it for Patrick. That's right. My friend Catherine's husband. Every time I go to England, especially in grad school, I would do homestay with someone I knew who actually I was writing about. And I always stay with them and see them when I go to England. My friend Catherine, who is a church musician, she was like the subject of my thesis, the main subject of it, as like the first woman to have a cathedral organist post in the UK ever, in a cathedral. And I had made her a sweater. And so on my following visit, I brought one to her husband that was this. It was this pattern, and it was charcoal and blue. It was really nice. That was the nicest one I've made, I think. Although I like this one a lot. This one I knitted in yarn from Prince Edward Island that is basically the same as Briggs and Little Regal. So I don't even know what the yarn was called. If I went, it's okay. My Ravelry page is linked, and you can see what it's called. Macaulay's or something. I don't know, but it's very similar to Briggs and Little Regal, and it's like just Canadian wool that's spun in the same way. So it's literally the same. I mean, I don't know if you can get this exact light blue color. And this yarn was a gift. Somebody brought it back for me. So it's really nice. I like it. And I made this with it. So yeah, I get a lot of compliments on the colors for this one. I'm like, I didn't even pick them out. Someone just gave me this yarn and had my best interest in mind, clearly. So yeah, I love this sweater. I wear it a lot. And they do have Briggs and Little at the Woolly Thistle now. They have Heritage. I think they have Heritage in Regal. They definitely have Heritage. I was just there. I should know. And I saw it, and they didn't have like a ton, but they actually had a respectable amount of colors. So if you want some Briggs and Little from the Woolly Thistle, my affiliate link is up there. So just click on that, and then it will automatically give you my affiliate code at checkout, which you don't get a discount. It just gives me a small kickback at no extra cost to you. But you can just search by brand on their website and then go to Briggs and Little, and it's there. Briggs and Little is really economical, like compared to a lot of yarns. It's very woolly, like it's rustic. I wear it next to my skin with no problem because I am not sensitive to wool at all. But if you are, you can make like a really thick kind of outerwear sweater that I frequently will just, you know, like advise my friends for whom I've made them to wear like a turtleneck underneath it. Same thing with like a lopi. A lot of people find lopi very scratchy, and so they wear it with a long sleeve shirt or even a turtleneck underneath. It's fine. It's very hardy. Yeah, this is a nice sweater. I remember actually fighting with the gauge on this sweater. It was actually too small on the smaller needles. I was surprised because I was used to working with Heritage, which is a lot thicker, and this is more like Regal, and I don't think I'd ever worked with Regal at that time. So anyway, love this sweater. Was happy to put it on this morning. I was wearing my parents for my birthday. I went home from the marathon, and they had got me. I did ask them for this. Like they were like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "I want a matching hoodie and like jogger sweatpants from Viore, which is like a really, they make like lounge wear and I guess active wear for like yoga, not like for like. I mean, I guess they have stuff that you could wear like running and things, but I don't run in that kind of stuff. I run in like more technical fabrics than that. But it's like really soft. They're not sweats. They're like soft lounge pants and a hoodie. They're very thin, but they match. They're both blue. This is the pants are this color, and the hoodie is the same color. And I was actually wearing this morning because it's not very cold today. And my mom calls it my leisure suit. I told Nitin this morning, and he was like, "I hope that it's actually called that on the website." And I was like, "No, that's just what my mom called it." But anyway, yeah, he just got back from India, and I did not wreck his car, so thank God. Yeah, I've had a good week. I did, and I've had like a lot to do, so I've had some time for like sitting there and knitting a lot, but it's been a lot of choir stuff and just like general kind of work. Running. Even though I'm not supposed to run that much. I did a strength workout last week and it made me hurt so bad. It gave me like the worst DOMs. Like it felt like the day after the marathon, my quads hurt that much from like, you know, I was just like, wow, I'm just out of strength shape, clearly. Also, probably my body hadn't fully recovered from the race, and because it had only been like a week and a half. So yeah, that maybe was a mistake. But then I did some Pilates on Saturday at a running event, and that was fine. I mean, I was definitely sore the next couple days, but not like obscenely sore in a way that made me really hurt. So that's good. And I think that I have finally kind of, it's been 2 weeks now, so I'm kind of like back on the horse with the running a little bit. Just like I feel like a human when I run again. I'm trying not to run very fast still because I mean, I don't know how much recovery my body actually needs, but a lot of people say like 1 day per mile for a race. So I would like to wait 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks probably, until I ever like get back up to like tempo interval sessions. And I mean, I'm gonna run another marathon in like 6 months, less than 6 months. So I have to just be base building at this point anyway. Just kind of building my base back up to where it was in the mid 30s in terms of miles per week, so that I can start the next training block like fit. But yeah, I did do knitting. The main thing that I worked on was these socks. So this is the first one, obviously. Did this red toe, did this gold heel. I wanted to do a cherry red because I have one that's but that I thought was the same as the like red in the sock, but it turned out that the one that I had was a lot lighter. So not a lot lighter, but just like annoyingly lighter. And it would have gone right up against it here. So I was like, nah, I'll just use the dark red, which is a completely different yarn. But I enjoyed learning what the yarn looked like in stockinette instead of in a 2x2 broken rib like this. So that's fun. So if you like that, knit it in stockinette, like socks like this. So yeah, this was the first one. And then the other one, I am almost done with the flap of the heel, so I'll just need to do the turn and then onto the foot. Yeah, and it goes so fast that because it's addicting, you just want to finish the next color. Or I don't know, I think I'm just fast with the socks at this point. Like, and I knit them like in company, and you know, it just feels like it goes by like that. So that's one thing I've been working on. I did block my pressed flowers, and I think it shrunk instead of grew, which is annoying, but it's fine, doesn't matter. I'm working on that again. I have like a couple more days on that until I can split for the sleeves, but I've decided that I'm like, I do have a few holiday things that I need to get done, so I actually have to focus on that, and then I'll just bring the pressed flowers home at Christmas time and I'll work on it, and it'll be fine. It doesn't need to be done by Christmas. I can get it done between Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, I finished a spin. This is like a half of a braid. So this was a dyed braid that I got at Rhinebeck last year, or maybe I got it. Yeah, I think I got it at Rhinebeck last year. It's from Into the World, and it's called Unobtainium, and I think it's Cheviot. Anyway, I spun like 3/4 of this on one bobbin, and then I was like, I don't know, I was gonna like pair it with something completely different. And then I did like the other, you know, quarter of it on another bobbin so I could ply it together to see what it looked like. It has one skein, and I kind of love it. And then I still have this bobbin with like this much left so that I can apply it with something else, which is also fun. So that's cool. Yeah, so yeah, it's just like a half skein. I've been trying to intentionally spin a little thicker, so this is probably closer to a DK weight, which is great. I'm happy about that. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but you know, probably color work. It's just sort of what I've been doing. And one other thing that I started working on is, my friends Mike and Allison have this little like 5-month-old baby named Bridget. And I made her the pink handspun sweater a few months ago. So, oh my gosh, she was wearing it on Sunday. It was so cute. I don't want to put a picture of someone else's baby on the internet because I don't know if they're putting her on the internet at all. But they did take a picture of me holding her when she was wearing it, and it's really cute. She looks so good in it. Oh my gosh, it fits her perfectly. It won't fit her in a few months, but you know, it fits her now, and that's all that matters. And I really wanted to make her sweater. Like, I have this green from my friend Tina's sweater that I made earlier this year, and I just really wanted to use the rest of it for something nice. And I think Monica paid for the yarn because Tina, like, it was like an auction item at church, and Monica paid for the yarn and I did the knitting. This was like a joint donation, I guess. There was a bunch left over, and I was like, well, I should use it for something like, you know, sweet. So I wanted to make Mike and Allison's baby a like sweater for St. Patrick's Day initially, but then I realized that it was also appropriate for Christmas, so I should probably finish it by Christmas because it's cold. So I started this last night, and it is halfway done. Isn't that cute? It looks like clovers for St. Patrick's Day, but also Christmas because it's green. I could have probably done another a little stripe of the little butterflies underneath the clovers. I just realized that like after I separated the sleeves because there was like a ton left, but it's fine. Did some short rows on the back, had to rip it out a couple times because once because I just didn't have enough stitches at the sleeve separation and I hadn't counted at all, and I was like, wow, I'm an idiot for not checking that. But I think it's really cute. This top pattern was in Strange Brew, and then this is a Faroese pattern. It often is seen like this vertical, like along the kind of band of a cardigan in like black and red. You'd see it in Faroese knitting. But yeah, there's some short rows on the back. Like I said, you can kind of tell because it hasn't been blocked. Well, actually, those are just increases. Had to do some more increases before the sleeve separation. But yeah, just spent like an hour working on the body this morning while I was watching TV and got that much done. So I think I will probably have it done in 2 days if I continue to work on it. And I am going to a friend's house for a knit night tonight, so probably we'll just work on this and finish the body, if not also starting the sleeves, which will take about 2 hours each max, I think. So I think this will be a really quick little project, and I will have it on the blocking boards, and then Bridget can wear it for Christmas, which is so cute. So that's fun. Got to keep an eye on the time. Yeah, so one other thing that I've been working on that's like I have to get done because it's time sensitive is this Guernsey. So I made this Guernsey. If you've been following me for more than 6 months, you've seen it out of this frangipani navy cone. Well, I had more than one cone, but This is the second cone. Gave it to Mark, my teacher who I made it for. He's my childhood music teacher who just retired. And it fits him fine, but it's like, I've had this issue before, and you might have had this issue too, so I'm going to bring it up. Specifically, the only sweaters I've had it happen with are the sweater that I made for my dad once, which was a cardigan, and this one for Mark. So I'm not sure if it's just like the male anatomy is slightly different in like waist shaping world or whatever, or like, I don't know. Both of them had this problem where like, I think it might have been my fault for just not like having the ribbing pull in enough at the bottom, but it was like the back was like open like a wind flap, like it didn't hug the body in this way. Again, with the cardigan I made for my dad, if he buttons it up, like it's like that's weird. It's like I need to lengthen it. And then the same problem was present in the Guernsey that I made for Mark. So I was like, okay, well, it's also a little too short because Mark has a very long torso. So I was like, well, I'll just lengthen it, and then I will decrease stitches like more for the bottom, and then I'll use like even smaller needles for the ribbing. And I think that will take care of the problems. Like that will just cinch it at the waist, and just avoid the wind flap problem. So I was thinking actually about doing short rows when I saw him put it on, and just like do some short rows in the back. But then I was like, no, then the hem will be all curved and kind of weird. So I'll just knit it at like 2 or 3 inches longer in the body and then do the ribbing. So I had to do surgery on it because it wasn't a top-down sweater. I did it bottom up in one piece with steeks at the sleeve holes, the arm size, as well as the neck. And then like for the patterning part, I had steeks. And then I opened the steeks and knitted the sleeves straight down from there. So I had to like basically pick up stitches right before the ribbed band on a needle and then make a cut and then just like unravel it stitch by stitch until all the stitches were on the needles. That took a while. It was a little hairy. I spent a couple of hours on Saturday doing this, but yeah, so like I made this sweater basically little by little. I would work on it for like an hour every day until for the yoke especially, because it was just like very tedious and tiny stitches, until it was done. And that worked really well. So I'm trying to do the same thing where I just put like some time into it every day and it's gonna get done, no problem. I can also finish it at home if I need to, but I was surprised that, so this is the sweater, which you've seen before if you've been following me for a while. It has a diamond, obviously has the rope ladder kind of cables here. So there's diamond, and then there's a triangle that ended up looking like pizza, which was unintentional, but Mark did used to get us pizza after choir practice when I was a teenager, so kind of also weirdly meaningful. And then the middle section had the like, there was moss stitch and then these little it's hard to see, but they're like V's. Yeah, anyway, it's a dark navy. It's a classic color, so it's back on the needles, and you can't even tell that. I thought that the stitches would like be shifted half off, but they're not. I don't know why, but clearly an Advent miracle. I don't think you'll even be able to tell when it's done that there's been surgery done to it at all, because yeah, the V's are all going in the same direction, which shocks me. I don't know how that happened, but especially after blocking. So I am currently just working on lengthening this sweater, and yeah, really happy that seemed to be fine. Issue. Worked on it while I watched bad Christmas movies. What did I watch this weekend? I'd already watched the Lindsay Lohan one, Our Little Secret. That was with my mom. She thought it was terrible. I thought it was hilarious. I watched Hot Frosty, which was also hilarious and insane. What else did I watch? There was another one. Well, Jordan and I watched Elf last week. Classic. What else did I watch? I was watching something specific while I was knitting this. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't a Christmas movie. Maybe it was just a movie. I feel like it was a Christmas movie. Maybe it was Hot Frosty. Honestly. Hard to keep track. I think I watched another Christmas movie, but I can't remember what it was. Oh well. If I remember it, I'll tell you. I should keep a letterboxed, clearly. But yeah, I did, like, I told myself, you only have to work on this for an hour. So I only worked on it for an hour, and then I moved on. I had like a whole bunch of projects I wanted to work on. I wanted to work on the pink sweater, but I did not work on that because I wanted to work on the holiday socks. And I was like, this is just like, I can't have like 5 projects bouncing around in my head right now. I can have like a few, and I really just have to rotate between these ones until they're like done and they're out of my head. And I want to get those holiday socks done so I can block them and photograph them and then like release that pattern. So, you know, got to get those done like in the next few days so that I can have a pattern next week, ideally. Yeah, so that's fun. So right now it's really just the Guernsey, the baby sweater, and the socks that are taking up room in my head, that I'm allowing to take up space in my head because I don't want to overdo it. Oh, and I have to keep working on the hockey socks, but I'm mostly caught up. I think I have 1 stripe to go. So I'm actually going to be finished. The first sock I think will be done around New Year's, which is fun. That's half the season. Kind of crazy. But yeah. And then I will do the second one, which is crazy. So I was also thinking, again, I'm just like in a huge striped sock like headspace right now. A couple years ago, I was actually right when I moved here, so it was 3 years ago, I spent the first 24 days of December knitting. I did 2 socks at the same time, and I knit a stripe every day of Advent socks. And I had like a ton of little tiny, 10-gram balls of yarn. And I just like, I put them all in a bag, and I picked one randomly every day, and I just knit that one. So that was really fun. I did not have the capacity in my brain or the needle space to do that this year. Because I wanted to work on the holiday socks, so I didn't, but I loved doing that. I thought it was really fun, and I wanted to do something. I was like, well, maybe I should do something similar for like the 12 days of Christmas. And so I realized that if I did a thicker sock, like a thicker stripe on the sock, I could also do a double. I could do that too. I could do like hold double and do a marled striped sock. That'd be kind of fun. But I thought if I did double thick stripes, that's 12 instead of like the 24 days of December before Christmas. It's not always Advent, it's just days of December. But this year it is, because Advent started on December 1st, because that was a Sunday. So I might do that, but I was also thinking of starting it on the 12th, which I realize is in 2 days, and then doing the first sock until Christmas and then the second sock after Christmas, so that I only had to do one at a time because I really only have 1 free needle to do it. So if I finished my holiday socks, I would have 2, but I was like, I'll just do them one at a time. So jury's still out on whether I'll do that, but I'm like sitting here and I've only been recording for 23 minutes, and I'm like, maybe I should do that, like Pick Colors Live right now. I have a bag. I have this massive bag of sock scraps, and like some of them are huge and some of them are tiny. And I'm like, I should pick some colors. It'd be fun. Okay, let's see. Let's start with the little ones because it's easier to travel with them. I don't know what my theme should be. Maybe pink. Maybe I'll do like, I don't know, there's a red, another pink. There's so much pink. I only need 12, right? Oh, I have to give this one to Monica because I made her a pair of socks in this, and she says the heels are wearing because she puts them in boots, and so I said you can have the leftovers and to darn them. But this is too much, so maybe I should use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Also crazy. And I find, oh, there's more even in here. Look at that. There's so many. Oh my gosh. Hang on, I'm gonna lay them all out and then I'm gonna show them to you. Except I think I need to like, yeah, we need to go in a different order here. Maybe another one. How many do I have now? Well, that was red. Maybe I'll get rid of that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tan. Super hot pink. Look at that. But I like those ones together. Tricky. I think I should go on this side. We gotta get rid of the red. That could be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I still need 2 more. More pinks in there. More pink in here. A little red in there. Pretty bright. That's pretty bright. Yeah, that'll work. 11. I don't know where that's gonna go. Here. 12. Ha. Oh my god, 12 days of pinkness. I'll give these to Lauren when they're done. My best friend from high school, Lauren, is obsessed with pink. She is so obsessed with pink. So, I wonder if I can just take this out and just show it to you. Okay. There you go. You can now, hopefully you can't see my plate that used to have red on it. There's my 12. So, sorry if you have vertigo. There's my selection. I had this red over here, which I've decided to not do. That's fun. Oh my gosh, this is pure chaos. Maybe I should move these ones over here. I feel like this would be better at the end. Well, maybe I should move that one here. Yeah. This one's not really pink, but it has so much pink in it that I feel like it's valid. Maybe I should swap it with a red. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That one's not, see, it's like, that's not pink enough. I need to have a red instead. Yeah, sure. Something like that. That's fun. Okay, well, there you go. There's my 12 days of Christmas socks. Let's see if that actually happens. I don't know if I can make it happen. I like to think that I will try. But I don't always succeed in these things because other things take precedence. And I don't always know what's going to take precedence. And I think this is common for a lot of people. I'm like, yeah, I'm great at like sticking to long-term plans and stuff when they're very relevant to my life, like marathon training or something. I don't know. But like when I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make those socks, that it's like 25% of the time it'll happen. And the other 75% of the time I get distracted and I do something else. And it especially happens with knitting. I try not to let it get into my life in ways that would like be detrimental and like, you know, especially if other people are like counting on me to do things. But with stuff like knitting, I frequently do just find myself getting completely sidetracked and being like, nope, I'm just gonna do something else instead. I don't feel like doing that thing. So that's just me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It must be 5 and 7 is how you break it up. 5 times 12 is 60. Yeah. So it's 5 leg stripes and then 7 foot stripes, and that gets to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 60, and then 12 times 7 is 84. So yeah, that's perfect for my size of foot. Personally, my personal size of foot. So I like that. Maybe I'll do them ribbed. Maybe I'll do the Helmsley socks. But honestly, I'll probably just do vanilla because it's easier. Doesn't take very long. It's just, you know, you gotta find 20 minutes in the day to get it done. And you have to, when you get to the heel and the toe and the foot and or like the cuff, you have to, it takes, you know, you have to do that too. So I'll have to cast them on the 11th or something, and then and then I'll be ready to go on the 12th, and then probably on the 25th I will do the toe of the first sock, cuff of the second sock, and the first stripe, because I'll be at the airport frankly and on a plane, and then I'll take up about 3 hours of the day. So yeah, not too worried. Oh, I have some like little thing on my face that keeps bleeding. I hate that. Anyway, so fun. So yeah, that's a good time. I did start a new spin, but it's downstairs and it's on the e-spinner and I don't want to go get it. So I'll show you that another time. So also it's for Monica's birthday and I don't know if she watches these like intermittently. Like sometimes she'll turn it on and then like text me and be like, what is this thing? And I'm like, oh, you watched my YouTube show? And she's like, yeah, sometimes I just watch because I'm like sitting at home bored or something. I'm like, oh, it's kind of nice. Like, don't we see enough of each other? Can't believe you miss me. So that's very sweet. Anyway, I think that's all. Best laid plans, right? Now I have to take a picture of this. Well, I guess I have a record because I just recorded it. But yeah, I gotta get moving with my day. So, yeah, I've been watching some terrible Christmas movies. I think I said this last time, but I can't remember. I started Big Sky by Kate Atkinson, which is a mystery novel. It's fantastic. I have it on Audible. My mom had it on Audible, so I have it. And I've been listening to it, and it's really entertaining. So that's fun. Yeah, I'm just like living my life, trying to get through December. Really have to start Christmas shopping. I know what I'm going to get for my brother. That's all. I just have to order. But I can order it to my parents' house, and that's fine. I'll just wrap it when I get there. And he was like, we should get this for mom and dad. And I was like, sure. But then we haven't like discussed it since, so we need to do that. My mom always has a long list of things that she wants, which is helpful. My dad is harder to shop for, so Ian has an idea, but I'm like, we need to get something else too. So yeah, anyway, but that's all for now. Hopefully I'll be back next week and show you a little finished baby sweater. That would be nice. So thank you for watching. This has been Tiny Desk Knitting with Emma. Bye!